I gotta admit, I have pretty low expectations today. Based on what I found over the last several months digging into this car is that general maintenance was not necessarily a priority to the previous owner. They definitely took care of the paint, but the engine bay cleanliness, the fact that the brakes hadn't been changed in who knows how long. Actually a little bit nervous about what I'm gonna find in the rear diff. Now, transmission shifts smooth. I have no reason to believe that that's in poor condition, but I'm gonna change it while we're under there anyway. Just a few items you're gonna need to complete the process. You can choose whatever rear gear fluid you like. I've used Royal Purple for a number of years on a number of different vehicles and I don't have any complaints. 75W90, this works for the C6 Corvette as well. This already has the LSD modifier in it, so no need to add anything. Number 10 Allen and a socket wrench, and then you'll need a fluid pump. These are like $10, $15. You can find them at a local auto parts store, or I'll put a link in the description to Amazon. This one is relatively cheap and they don't last all that long, to be quite honest. You'll get a couple of uses out of them, but that's fine for as often as you change rear diff fluid. But I like this one because you can use it for the different size bottles. You might have a tall skinny bottle like this, or you might have a larger bottle like this. So at the very rear of the car, locating the rear differential, you can see the axle stubs coming out of both sides. That is the fill hole. And then on the very bottom side of the rear diff is the drain hole. People are very tempted to just immediately start draining it, but I would certainly recommend opening the fill hole first, because you could drain your rear diff and then not be able to get that fill hole plug out, and then you're screwed. Not very tight. Goes without saying you have a drain pan underneath the car. That was not very tight either. Rear gear fluid smells terrible anyway, but this smells really bad. And I'll be honest, it didn't seem like there was a full amount in there. I know there was an axle seal that was leaking actually, and I changed the passenger side rear axle not too long ago. Check that video out if you're interested in that. So there's a good chance that we've lost a lot of rear gear fluid over time. Obviously you want to clean the plugs up a little bit. This one, as far as I know, is not magnetic. So I'm gonna stick a magnet up there, see if we got any shrapnel in the rear end. See if we get surprised by anything. Doesn't look like anything. Okay, well, that's good. These are 1 quart bottles of rear gear fluid. This is the start of bottle number 2. Just pump away. There's a look at the coilovers I just installed on the C5. And here's the start of number 3. You can't get all of the fluid out of each bottle, so you want to buy 3 quarts of rear gear fluid, and you'll get just a couple of pumps of the 3rd bottle in there. When it starts to drip, you know you've got it full. spray everything down with a little brake cleaner just to clean up some of the surfaces afterwards, and then transfer over some of the fluid into the more full bottle so we can dispose of it appropriately. And speaking of installing coilovers on your C5 Corvette, make sure you guys check out my installation video for those Silvers coilovers. I scanned YouTube before making that video just to see if it was even worth making one, and there is no good installation videos out there. No offense to anybody that's made one. There's just no real detailed, thorough video start to finish of the installation process, so I tried to check all those boxes. So again, if you're interested in installing coilovers on your C5, make sure you check that video out. It's already been uploaded for quite a while on the channel. Well, other than it being 137,000 degrees outside, not too bad of a process for changing the rear gear fluid on the C5 Corvette. We got a lot more coming for the channel, guys, not just C5 Corvette stuff. So if you're interested in automotive content at all, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate you watching this one. If you have any questions, like always, leave them in the comments below. I get to every single one of them as quickly as I possibly can. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel up to this point. More than I can say. Thanks again for watching this one, guys. We'll see you in the next one.